Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Dog here for another one-on-one interview segment with the new Intercontinental Champion Duke Ammons. Welcome.
You know something? I should not only be the Intercontinental Champion, but I should be the winner of the Royal Rumble. And you saw what happened. The whole freaking world saw what happened.
Yeah, you blowed Smokey.
Now, I'm not talking about that, man. Stay with me here, Frank. It's not that hard. I'm talking about the Royal Rumble. I earned my spot in the Royal Rumble. Who the hell is Smokey to come out there and toss me over the top rope, and he's not even in the damn match? This is what I was talking about in our previous interview. Bullcrap politics that go on behind the curtain. How the hell can somebody that's not even involved in a match eliminate somebody that is?
Politics?
Oh, yeah. I want to know who called the shot by that. Who allowed Smokey to come out to the Royal Rumble whenever he wasn't even involved in it?
It's a no disqualification match. So, the referees decided to let y'all fight.
Whatever. That's all right. There's going to be serious repercussions for that. That's all I have to say about it, man. There are going to be some serious repercussions. Smokey thinks the ass whooping I gave him in our match at Royal Rumble was something. What? He wants to come out and cost me my shot at the world title.
Why a low blow, though? Why did you use a low blow with the referee knocked out?
Because if I hadn't have done that, Smokey would have done it.
You think Smokey's...
Man, Smokey will do anything he can to keep himself in the spotlight. You saw it. You were first-hand witness to it right there at the Royal Rumble. Smokey was done. He lost the match. He lost the title. He should have hit the showers, took his limo, went back to his little crap shack trailer in Mobile, Alabama. That's what he should have done. His night was over. But he couldn't do that. Why? Because all he cares about is himself. The spotlight's got to be on him. The whole deal with the Intercontinental title was said and done. It was over. He's entitled to his rematch. He could have waited and issued his rematch, and we would have fought, and I would have beat his ass again. But no, instead, he had to make it personal by coming out to the Royal Rumble and costing me my chance at main event in WrestleMania.
So you're not really too happy about celebrating your Intercontinental Championship victory right now?
Oh, yeah, I'm very happy about that because I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I went in there, I kicked his ass, I took the title. I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. However, I also said I was going to win the Royal Rumble, which I would have done, but now we'll never know because of the little glory hound known as Smokey.
What was it like competing in the Royal Rumble match for the first time? You didn't really exactly have the best showing due to fatigue.
It was, I can't lie, it's an adrenaline rush. I mean, you get out there, you got 39 other guys who are bidding for an opportunity at main event in WrestleMania, but there can only be one. And every one of the 40 guys in that match think that they're the one. But there's only one who knows he's the one, and that was me. And now, because of Smokey's immaturity and his selfishness and his greedy attitude, he has robbed the WEDF universe of its rightful number one contender, which would be me. He has robbed the WEDF universe of what could have been quite possibly the greatest main event of WrestleMania history involving me. And for what? You answer me that question. For what?
Smokey will get revenge no matter what. I've known him for years. You know Smokey. You know what he'll do. If he gets screwed over, he'll do whatever it takes to get you back. In his eyes, what goes around comes around.
Well, if you want to look at it that way, then I say, okay, I beat him for the title. He screwed me out of the Royal Rumble. We're even. He has nothing left for me. His title match, his rematch, he can forget it. I ain't giving him no rematch. Who's going to make me give him a rematch? It's not going to happen.
Well, you know Bret Hart is the general manager of SmackDown.
Screw Bret Hart. And whatever, 60-year-old has-been, he ain't going to make me do anything. I could care less. Smokey is not entitled to anything. If anything, Smokey should be suspended indefinitely for interjecting himself into a match that he was not even a part of. I'm not giving him a rematch. He does not deserve a rematch. He has not done anything to earn a rematch. Screw with stupid contract clause, whatever the crap it may say. I don't care. He's not getting a rematch. No way. Not happening. He can go to Raw and fight for the U.S. title. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, Smokey and I, we're done. I went in the Rumble. I did what I said I was going to do. I proved my point, and I showed the entire WEDF universe what type of person Smokey is. Smokey is a person that just cannot let it go. He can't pass the torch on. He can't get out of the spotlight. It's all about him. It's always been about him, and it always will be about him. I snuffed his torch, and he couldn't handle it. He had to come out there and interfere in my match. So screw him. He's not getting anything. He's not worthy of anything. I don't even want to speak his name anymore. I'm moving on. Send me the next challenger.
Who would you like to see challenge you for the Intercontinental Championship?
Doesn't matter to me. Anybody.
You think
send them in, I'll knock them down.
You think you're unbeatable?
Think is an understatement. I know I'm unbeatable. There's nobody that's going to beat me for this title. After how hard I fought and I scratched, I spread my blood, my sweat, my tears for the past 3 years in WEDF. I was held back. I was made a mockery of. The daggum fans turned on me. They made fun of me. They compared me to the likes of Stone Cold and Triple H, said I was nothing but a carbon copy of them. Who's laughing now, Frank? That's what I'd like to know. Who's laughing now? I went into the Royal Rumble, and I kicked Smokey's ass. I took what was mine, and I'm not letting it go. They're going to have to pull this title from my cold, dead hands. And there is no one on the WEDF roster that can do that. Nobody. You name them, I'll knock them down. I don't care.
All right. I've been so caught up in this that I forgot what question I was supposed to ask next. But what? Oh, I have it now. What is with the new look? I forgot to ask you this on the last interview segment. But what is with the new look?
The new look. What do you mean the new look? I've grown a beard.
Your attire change
and I ditched the stupid spandex pants and wore something more comfortable. It's easier for me to maneuver in. And get in the ring, I can pull off better moves. My moveset's better. I'm faster. I'm quicker. I'm stronger. I don't have the restraints of these long pants and these heavy-ass boots. You know, and another thing that's also a change is that now I can be who I am. I can be me. I can be Duke Ammons. I don't have to be Wu-Tang Man anymore. I don't have to worry about what the kids think or what the parents of the kids think. You know, the little kid on the front row who's got the little Wu-Tang Man doll and the little Wu-Tang Man t-shirt, and he's chanting my name, and he's all excited and everything. I don't have to give a damn what that kid or that kid's parents think about me when they go home that night. All I have to be concerned with is going into that ring, kicking ass, and keeping this Intercontinental Championship, which is what I intend to do for several months, years, that is. This title is never leaving where it's at right now. So WEDF Universe veteran may as well just get used to it. They can just rename this the Duke Championship because it's not going anywhere else.
So we're having the Duke movement right now, apparently? Is that what you're referring yourself as, the Duke movement?
Yeah, you can call it the Duke movement, the Duke age, the age of Duke, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's like I said.
What is your relationship with H.A. Duke?
In terms of business, H.A. Duke got me into the wrestling to begin with. You know, he wrestled for him in the late 90s. You know, he's called upon me several times. You know, I've done independent work for him, but since coming into WEDF, you know, I'm too good for H.A. Duke. I'm too good for RCW and all that garbage, that malarkey. You know, he's called me a couple of times. In fact, he called me just a few minutes ago before this interview to congratulate me for winning the Intercontinental title, and you know, I didn't even take the call. I just let it go to voice. You know, it's just, you know, he was there for me for a while, and now that I'm where I'm at, I don't need H.A. Duke. I don't need anybody from my past. You know, that's the whole thing with Smokey.
So you're basically throwing away your past.
You don't
care about your past anymore?
Yeah, my past. 6 years. 6 years of being in these little minor companies, you know, wrestling in these little teeny barns and these little high school gymnasiums and these bingo halls, you know, carrying these little companies that never went anywhere. I finally get here. I finally make it to the majors. And people want to keep bringing up my past. People want to keep on bringing up people that have been long in the rearview mirror. And that was the whole thing with Smokey. You know, people wanted to talk about how me and Smokey were best friends. We got our start together and we come up together, whatever. You know, whatever. Smokey and I, we're not even in the same league. Smokey held me back. I finally reached his caliber, or what he considered his caliber. I beat his ass at Royal Rumble. And the rest is in the history books.
This is a question I'm kind of iffy on asking, but you're two of your best friends in this business, Spectacular and Johnny J. What would they think of your attitude right now?
You know, to be perfectly honest with you, there's nothing that either one of them would have not done either. You know, it was all about the titles, all about the gold. You know, Johnny J, you know, he got snuffed out really early. You know, Spectacular, you know, he had an opportunity, and you know, he was champion several times, and you know, I never questioned anything he did. You know, me and him went up and down the road together. We were heels, we were friends. You know, we fought each other, we teamed up, and you know, it's nothing that he would not have done either. And if I could see them both today, I'm sure they both would congratulate me. No problem about it. No questions asked.
All right, so we'll head to the next question. The next event is WEDF No Way Out, and rumor has it that there was going to be like a mini tournament to possibly crown the next #1 contender. Because Smokey, apparently, I forgot to mention this, has actually requested some time off.
Don't surprise me.
So, you say you don't care who challenges you or not. It could be the likes of Evan Bourne or Daniel Bryan, Rob Van Dam. It could be the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, Cesaro, the King of Swing, Kofi Kingston. Which of these names do you prefer to face?
I have no. There's no one that I prefer. I mean, I could care less who it is. I mean, they're wasting their time with this little petty tournament. I mean, it's like, you know, let's have a tournament to see who is good enough to grace the presence of Duke Ammons and try to take the title from him. It's just a waste of time. It's a waste of the competitors' time. It's a waste of the booker's time. It's a waste of the fans' time. It's a waste of my time, because whoever it may be, I'm just going to go straight into No Way Out, and I'm going to mow through them, come out the other side still champion. You know,
you can never say never in this business.
Yeah, you can never say never unless you're Duke Ammons.
Look at Daniel Bryan. He went from being screwed by the corporate authorities to becoming the #1 contender to the WEDF Championship to Goldberg, a SmackDown superstar at that.
And Daniel Bryan, yeah, whatever. Who cares about Daniel Bryan? Why are you even bringing his name into this interview? I mean, who the hell is Daniel Bryan? He's a little scrawny nobody. He's got luck on his side, and the luck is going to run out. Yeah, Goldberg's going to beat his ass. I mean, seriously.
The Yes Movement.
The Yes Movement. Whatever. Now, you want to talk about a movement, you talk about the Duke movement. The Duke movement would mow right through the Yes Movement. All the fans out there with their yes, 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 You give me one match with Daniel Bryan, and by the end of the match, they'll all be chanting Duke, Duke, Duke.
All right. This past SmackDown, we actually witnessed the return of Danny Jackpot.
Danny Jackpot.
The last time we saw Danny Jackpot, he quit on the company due to frustrations and due to the fact that he was basically overlooked and forgotten about.
Well, you know, the difference between Danny Jackpot and myself, I've been there. I know what it's like to feel forgotten and overlooked and held back. I understand his frustration, but I didn't quit. I went out. I went out and I low-blowed Smokey and took the Intercontinental title.
So basically,
what did Danny Jackpot do? He took his ball and went home.
he main evented last year's WrestleMania.
Oh, whatever. Pish posh. It's in the past. I mean, what have I said about the past? Who cares about the past, man? It's all about the present and the future. And you're sitting right here with the future of WEDF. You know, you're looking at a future WEDF champion, and all you want to talk about is the past. All you want to talk about is past people, past glories, the return of Danny Jackpot. Welcome back, Danny. It's great to see you. Stay out of my way, and we have no problem.
We also had the returns of Chris Jericho and the Big Show on Raw and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, whatever. That doesn't impress me at all. You know, that's one thing I'm sick of. I'm sick and tired of seeing people go away and come back and return, and next thing you know, they've got a title shot, and then they end up either winning the title and then dropping the title and then going away again. You know, it's just whatever. Duke Ammons is here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm never going to quit.
How long do you plan on keeping the Intercontinental Championship?
Until the company closes its doors. That's exactly how long I intend to keep it. And even then, I'm going to walk out with it. Because they're not going to need it anymore, will they?
Do you think holding the Intercontinental Championship could thrust you into the World Championship scene someday?
I'm already in the World Championship scene. I'm there. They just don't see me yet. But they're going to. They're going to see me really soon. It's like I said, WEDF, the D, you can just go ahead and relabel that as Duke.
What are your thoughts on Kurt Angle, a man with a damn near messed up neck, actually avoiding doctor's orders, and not just entering, and winning the Royal Rumble match?
Well, you know, I've got to give it to Kurt Angle. I really do. I have no beef with him. I think what he did was gutsy. You know, he went against doctor's orders, and he went out there and he proved that he's the best. Now, he didn't prove it against me by no means. You know, of course, I was eliminated, but you know, he proved it nonetheless. And for Kurt Angle to do that, to me, it's impressive. I will say that's one guy that I can say I'm actually thoroughly impressed with right now. But just like I said about Danny, as long as he stays out of my way, he's good. You know, he can keep wrestling all he wants to, but I can guarantee you if he gets in my path, he gets in my way, I'll finish his neck injury. I'll make sure he doesn't come back.
What are your thoughts on the world champion CM Punk? The self-proclaimed best wrestler in the world, Mr. Famous Pipe Bomb himself, the man who basically says there's like a conspiracy against him.
Well, with CM Punk, you know, he's kind of
yourself as CM Punk.
I think CM Punk, you know, he's kind of went down the same road I have. You know, and you know he's at the top right now. He's the champ, and in all honesty, I don't see anyone really taking that title from him anytime soon. In fact, I think the person that's going to end up taking the title from CM Punk is going to be yours truly, Duke Ammons. I think CM Punk versus Duke Ammons is going to happen. I think it's going to be a classic match. I think two guys who can respect each other, who can look at one another and say, you know what? You and I have been down the same path.
CM Punk the last time y'all faced off.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's your point? I'm trying to get what are you trying to like bake something up here, or are you just wanting to know like, do I have respect for the guy? Do I not have respect for the guy? I mean, what exactly are you
against them? I mean, you say you don't care about the past, but you've got to learn from your battles against someone.
Well, yeah, sure you do, but people change every day. Hell, I changed, didn't I? Actually, I never really changed. I've always been this way. It was, I just wore a mask. I just did what the
So you've
authority.
basically thrown away 6 years, six great years, memories. You wanted to throw away for this.
And that's because the next 6 years are going to be far much better. They're going to trump anything I did the past 6 years. People aren't going to remember Wu-Tang Man. They're going to remember Duke Ammons. Whenever there's an autobiography done on my life, whenever they put the WEDF does the DVD series on my career, it's going to be Duke Ammons. It's going to be a 3-disc set about Duke Ammons, not about Wu-Tang Man. Nobody's going to care about Wu-Tang Man. Nobody's going to even remember who Wu-Tang Man was. It's all going to be Duke.
Would you ever return to RCW if they ever reopened?
Hell no. Not ever. RCW is, I'm done. Why would I go back to wrestling in a dungy bingo hall whenever I'm where I'm at now? RCW couldn't even afford to pay me to even go on the mic for 5 minutes. There's just no way. Not happening. I'm where I'm at. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm staying where I'm at. I'm not going anywhere else. And it's not because I have loyalty to the brand or anything like that. It's because this is it. This is the top. There's nothing higher than WEDF. Why would I want to lower myself? Why would I want to lower my standards to some B-rate company?
The same company that made you who you are today.
They didn't make me. I made them. If it wouldn't have been for me, nobody would even know what RCW is or was.
In closing, what is your message to the rest of the locker room on the SmackDown brand?
It's simple. I don't have any beef with anybody. I may have my opinions about certain people, but I don't have any beef with anyone. If you want a shot at the title, bring it, and I'll send your ass packing. But as long as you stay out of my way, we're cool. That's the first to it. And whoever wins this tournament, feel sorry for you because you're gonna go through this tournament. You're gonna get the shot at me at No Way Out, and you're gonna be highly disappointed whenever I knock your teeth down your throat and send you home packing with no title, because that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Duke Ammons, I thank you enough for joining me for this one-on-one interview segment, and I wish you the best in whatever leads you for your future.
All right, man. I appreciate it, and like I said, the future can only get brighter from here.